If I appear rude, I really need to get in touch with them. In a few minutes' time, we're not playing, and we're going to go to the next one. As you see, he's pretty much on his way there, but we'll come back to him. Super. Indeed. We'll see you in a episode. Okay, I'm going to play a short video whilst I sort out the next co-host. As I say, it was a bit unexpected, and I need to check out links and connections, everything. I'm going to be playing a video that I played at the beginning of the program, but I imagine that a lot of you were not here. There's certainly a lot more people in the room, so if you have seen it before, I do apologise. Take the opportunity to do whatever you have to. Okay, I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Hi, my name's Fiona Bass. I'm an MSF nurse, and I'd like to tell you some of the best bits and the worst bits of working for MSF. The best thing about working with MSF is that you know that you're being sent completely to the health. You go to places where no other NGOs are working, where the infrastructure in a country is completely broken down, and you get to listen to people's stories, work out what's wrong with them, treat them, see them get better, and know that you're having an experience that not only saves their life, but in some way changes yours forever. I recently worked for MSF in the Democratic Republic of Congo in North Kivu, where unfortunately the conflict rages on and hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced, and the living conditions for people are just horrible. They're unbelievable. People living on mud food tents, in dining rooms, and they have the diseases that reflect that kind of living standard. So tons of diarrhea, tons of and respiratory people to blame, regardless of their background, regardless of their beliefs or their loyalties or anything that they've been through. Will treat absolutely anybody, and they can come at any time for our services. I think the most fun thing working for is by the all-aroundingly. The human spirit is an incredible thing, and people will laugh with you and they'll joke with you, and they're just delighted where in the world. Just by giving a child oral rehydration salts is how it would feel to you or me if we saw our child getting the chemotherapy that they needed. It's, you know, it's amazing, I think, to them in their moment of need, that we can put a broken leg in plaster, that we can perform a cesarean section in the middle of nowhere, essentially. So it's really incredible to appreciate that if you weren't there, if MSF wasn't there, that chest infection or that episode of diarrhea wouldn't get treated, and it could actually kill somebody. It's not something we think about in this country, and you know, in those conditions, a disease like measles spreads really, really fast, and to you and me, measles is a vaccination. Probably most of you through no no fault of your own, won't even know what measles looks like or how you get it. But it's a respiratory tract infection, so it's easily told. They lose consciousness, they're in a really bad way, and yet with some really simple treatment we were able to save a lot of lives. And one of the most striking things about the health needs in that part of the country, in that part of the world, is the maternal mortality rate. It's one of the worst in the world. So it's a fantastic thing to be able to offer antenatal services to make sure that women don't get tetanus, that they don't get malaria, that they've got enough iron in their bodies, that they can carry their baby through to full term, that if they have any complications they can have a cesarean section for free. But still there were so many women who heard about our services and they would walk for 8 hours in labour just to be able to have a safe delivery. It's just incredible. I can't imagine, I'll never probably have to imagine what it's like to crave medical care to such an extent that I would walk in the worst pain in my life in a conflict zone to a hospital. But that's what MSF is able to offer people. It feels when you're there like it's a situation and everyone think that well, and the reason that we can do it well is because we have the independence to do it well. So what does that mean? How does it practically show itself of importance? Well, we don't take any money for our work in Congo from any government, so it's all your support that makes it possible for us to see 5,000 people a month in a health centre, 1,000 per month filled year in year. If we had money for our work in Congo, we just couldn't be there. The conflict is too complicated and we wouldn't be given permission to be there. But because our funding's independent, because we turn up and we say, hey, we're neutral, we don't want to treat just one side or one group of people. We want to be available for everybody. We're also able to be impartial. We're here just to do war service. Not today, please. No. If you turn up and you have a problem with your health, we'll help you. We don't have an agenda other than, as human beings, to care for other human beings who are in a vulnerable position and depend on us for that help. A lot of effort and millions in some respects, but it's also a huge privilege to share the hope of the people there, their positivity, their determination, the strength that they find from somewhere to carry on. And our national staff are a constant source of inspiration to me. They want nothing more than to help their communities, and they'll do whatever it takes to do it. And it's a real kick up the arse, maybe. Apathetic that was in a refugee camp. Would I think that it was a drop in the ocean that somebody helped me, or would I find it patronising? No. I want you to save my baby. That's my baby. And it's such a privilege to be there and to see the relief on people's faces, and to know that even though you've crossed an ocean and even though it's a world away from your own, the human body is the human body, and we can do so much with so little to look after it. So it's not just the doctors and nurses that make it happen. I think people often think that, you know, what can I do for MSF? You know, I'm not qualified in anything, but the whole for us, any money that you can give us, and you're not a nurse or a doctor or a midwife, or you haven't got those qualifications, then think about, for example, what you can do by, you know, sharing information about us with your friends, or be a logistician, maybe. Our logisticians are making such an important part of the MSF team, and they never get their praises sung, so hey, I'm singing them. Our logs are great. There are tons of ways in which I think MSF is really unique, and why I choose to work for them. I think that we go where we're needed, not where we think we're needed. And I think that we offer good quality healthcare. We monitor what we do, we audit ourselves, we're careful,